Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Jacqueline, and I own Luxem Consulting Group. We do bookkeeping, CFO services, and money coaching for online brands. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about a few things as a six-figure or seven-figure coach that you should no longer be doing in your business. And just a caveat to this, I'm by no means saying that if you make less money than that you absolutely have to be doing these things yourself in your business. I'm more so just using income as a guidepost to guide the behavior and the type of strategic decisions you would make at a certain income level. So let's get into it. The very first thing that you should no longer be doing as a six or seven figure coach is collecting your own delinquent payments. And I see this a lot with coaches that maybe only have a handful of failed payments per month, whether that's from courses, coaching programs, memberships, anything that's on a payment plan that's just auto billed every month. It's very common for this to be an area of the business that the CEO or the owner or the coach doesn't want to quite hand over. And I think that comes from building your brand and building your business based off of a one-on-one connection with your clients. So if you've previously had this established relationship with your clients and now you're bringing in a team member to facilitate part of the conversation and also a pretty vulnerable part of the conversation, since we're talking about finances, we're talking about money, we're talking about payment, it can feel awkward to hand that over, which is why I think a lot of coaches procrastinate hiring out for this function in their business. From my perspective, one of the reasons it's so important to get this off of your plate early on is because it creates a healthy professional barrier between you and your clients. Also, a lot of times financial conversations, especially when it comes to services that you are providing and expecting payment for, sometimes it can get a little awkward if you're the only one having those conversations. And so I have seen a lot of times this releases a bottleneck that the coach had in their business because they didn't really realize it. But the amount of time and energy they spent just thinking about their late payments or their delinquent payments amounted to 5 or 10 or 15 hours per week, even if only actually sending those emails to the clients only took an hour out of every single week, for example, right? Again, it's one of those small things that adds up over time and will eventually prevent scalability in your business. So if you're doing this at the $200,000 a year mark, well, what is that going to look like doubled at 400K a year? What is it going to look like tripled at 600K a year, right? Do you have the hours in the month to keep doing this function in your business? Another question to ask yourself is, are you good at collecting late payments? I think a benefit of not even just having the coach themselves or a VA handle this task and instead have a financial professional handle this task is that financial professionals like myself, we are experienced in collecting late payments. We know the right verbiage to use. We know the right boundaries to set. We know the right timeframes and questions to ask. So another question to ask yourself is, how successful have you been at collecting late payments? How successful are the processes that you have already set up in your business? Or is this something that you need to improve on? Okay to admit that you're not going to wear every single hat in your business and you might not be the best at doing everything in your business, right? Just like in my business, I would never really think about hiring a bookkeeper necessarily, but I need support with marketing. So that's just an example of pick and choose where are your gifts and where are your skills absolutely essential and where are your skills actually kind of a hindrance on the performance of your business. A good leader is going to be able to answer that question and not hold any sort of ego or control freakness around keeping tasks under their belt that they're actually not good at and they don't enjoy doing. The second thing, this might sound obvious, but the second thing that six or seven figure coaches should no longer be doing in their own business is their own bookkeeping and their own taxes. Oftentimes, I am the first team member that a lot of coaches bring on, or I am the second team member because they already have a VA or an OBM supporting them with more of the administrative tasks. And I think it's just so important, again, to recognize where your skill set is. Is doing your own bookkeeping going to lead to the scalability of your business, or is it eventually going to hinder you from actually being able to coach people? As a coach, you might be someone that's growing out of a solopreneur business model. And so identifying these functions of your business to let go can be emotional and vulnerable. But there is only one thing that you can't hire out for in your business as a coach, and that's coaching. How much time are you spending in your business doing your primary skill set? And how much time are you spending doing secondary or tertiary skill sets that you are not a professional at? And so, again, when you see an owner or a coach cling on to this aspect of their business, it's usually because they don't want to let go of control, which is completely understandable. It's very vulnerable to let someone into your financial picture and to kind of let someone peek into the mess, right? Especially if it hasn't necessarily been very organized up until this point. And most coaches or owners that do their own bookkeeping do kind of have a financial mess. Rarely have I seen them do it themselves for several years successfully and have it be perfectly organized. I've almost never seen that. There comes a point, again, where when are you going to rip the band aid off and allow yourself more support so that you can focus not 20% of your time on the financial operations of your business? Instead, you're spending all of that time coaching, the most amount of time coaching and leading the direction of your business as a CEO and leaving the other tasks and the other functional areas to professionals. And this leads into the third tip that I have. So, the third thing that 6 or 7 figure coaches should no longer be doing in their own business is making all of the financial decisions. So, again, what we see here is a consolidation of keeping the power, all of the decision making power under one person in a business and what the trajectory of that actually looks like. I've seen it firsthand. The trajectory looks like decision fatigue, overwhelm, sensory overload, where when you've kept all of the decision making down to the nitty gritty details under your control and you haven't allowed any leaders to come in and support your business with you to delegate out the decision making. So, a really great place to start with this is analyzing for yourself and asking yourself, how low level are the decisions that I'm making? And do I even need to know about this as a CEO? The goal of scaling a business is to build yourself out of your business and build yourself into your ideal position, which, if you're a coach and you're a CEO, should be coaching and running the visionary direction of your business. You do not need to know about the minutia and the tiny, tiny details that will ultimately be inconsequential to the success of your business. You need to hire other functional leaders that are going to support that decision making. Again, for no other reason than to get that off of your plate and free up your time and energy. Failing to do this means that you're going to continue working more and more hours in your business. You're not going to financially benefit, and your profit is also going to suffer because there's no level of scalability there. What all of these tips come down to is delegation. You need to find out what is not your primary skill set and what you also don't like doing or what takes up a lot of time in your work week, and find the right functional leaders to support you. These suggestions might come across a little harsh, but I think that there's a fork in the road and a turning point for all business owners when it comes down to, are you going to continue to kind of play business and play around and keep yourself busy and keep yourself just in this state of hustle all the time? Or are you going to do what you need to do as a leader to grow your business? So, this is much less strategic advice and much more an invitation to step into the next level leadership in your business. If you have any questions or you want to book a one-on-one consultation with me, the links will be down below. I look forward to hearing from you soon. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe and leave a comment if you had any light bulb moments or aha moments while you were watching this. Thank you so much.